Hey there, my name's Amanda Murphy, and today I'm going to show you how to prepare fabric for English paper piecing using the Cricut Maker. And this machine's great for this because you don't have to have your fabric bonded in order to cut it because there's a rotary blade. So I have my templates all cut out of cardstock. They're just hexagons. And when you're English paper piecing, what you really want is to have 3/8 of an inch all the way around your template for the seam allowance. So I'm going to do that with the Cricut Maker rather than having to cut it by hand. So I've gone ahead and opened Cricut Access, and I've put up 4 hexagons. And these hexagons are oversized. They're 3/8 of an inch larger than my paper piecing templates. And to make those hexagons, I just went into shape and selected the hexagon tool. If I had wanted a special shape, I could have scanned in my template and then scaled it up in the Cricut Access software, but I just used the hexagon, which is included in the software. So over here on the left, you can see these are the shapes I'm going to cut. And I know I'm going to cut them because of this icon here. If this icon was actually, if I clicked on right, it would draw out the hexagon. And if I clicked on score, it would score out the hexagon. So I have a lot of different options here. So the print is if you wanted to print it on paper and then later cut it out. So that's pretty cool. But I'm going to go ahead and cut today. So I'm going to tell the maker to go ahead and make this project. And what it's going to do is it's going to put the shapes in the most efficient layout possible. So it's telling me this is most efficient. Go ahead and put your fabric in the upper corner, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. And let's see, I'm going to say I only need 1 copy of my project. I'm going to say continue, and it's connecting to my maker. And first of all, it says set material. So I'm going to set it for medium fabric. And I already loaded my blades, so we're good there. Okay. And then it says load your mat. And if you go over to your mat now, you can see this light is blinking. That means it's time to load the mat. And I always have trouble doing this when I'm holding a camera, so you're going to see this a little strange because I'm going to push the button as I load the mat. Okay, so now the mat is going to be loaded. It'll read the whole map to kind of figure out where it is, and that's fine. And you can see I have my rotary blade in right there. Okay, so now I just press this power button. When the Cricut light blinks, it's time to press power, and it's going to cut out my shapes. But you can imagine how you could do many, many, many shapes using this software in a very short time period. And that's what kind of excited me about it with English paper piecing, because with English paper piecing, you need so many little shapes. And just to have this in a little bag ready to go when I travel is really exciting. And you can hear it turning. I wonder if you can see that blade. Do you see it turning? Isn't that fascinating? So now the mats come out of the machine and I get to see the result. And you'll see when I peel back, I have my perfect English paper piecing pieces of fabric. They fit the templates perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the rest of my shapes, and I'll be ready to start sewing my project. My next idea was to prepare English paper piecing style designs, larger and with marked registration lines, so I could sew them on my machine. So I wanted to see how that would work. I came over into the Cricut Access software, and I actually created a hexagon shape and then some lines for the registration marks. So I know these lines are the exact right size of the hexagon that I want to piece into my design. And my idea was, instead of English paper piecing the traditional way, that I do it on the machine and kind of do it oversized. But you know how important those registration marks are. I thought, well, if I can get the Cricut Maker to make those marks, I could do a whole design just based on sewing it on the machine, but using a traditional paper piece style pattern. So here we go. I created the hexagon, and you'll see that shape right here, and it's a cutting shape. And then I created the registration marks, and the registration marks are actually drawn shapes, so it's going to use a pen to draw those marks. Now, what I discovered is if you don't connect all these things, this is what you'll get. So if I say, I'm over here, I'm going to say make it just so we can see. And I'm going to go over, say make it, and it's sorting the mats. And do you see how it tried to make the most efficient thing possible, and it put all my marks up in the upper left corner? Well, I don't want that, obviously, so I'm going to cancel out of that. And so what I did is I selected all, and I attached them. Okay, so now they're attached together. So now if I say make it, it sorts it by color, and see, I can see my design and everything's where it should be. And it's going to draw, and then it's going to cut. So we'll see how this works out. I'm actually super excited about trying this. So let's go ahead and tell our Cricut Maker, we'll say continue, and it's going to hook up with my device. I've already plugged it in. It does have Bluetooth accents, but I usually use my laptop rather than an iPad. So, and it's prompting me to pick my fabric. My fabric's a medium weight fabric, which is a cotton, and it's saying load my rotary cutter. And if you come over to the rotary cutter, it's loaded. But I'm also supposed to load a pen. Now it's telling me the black tip pen. I'm going to load my fabric marker. So let's come over here, and I'll show you how easy it is to load this. And we're going to put the pen in, and it'll click right in, and then we tighten this up. Okay, so I have the rotary blade and the pen loaded. Now it's prompting me with this flashing light to load my mat. So let me go ahead and load my fabric mat. Okay. You know, this one time I tried a card design, and I forgot to put in the pen. So I was able to stop the machine and start it again just in time. So now you can see here, I have my washable pen and I have my rotary blade. Okay, and remember, first it's going to draw. So let me see if I can get a picture of this. It's drawing those registration points. Oh, I'm so excited. Look at how precise this is going to be. You guys know it's not always easy to get those corners for shapes like hexagons or things like Y-seams. It's prepping the cutting mechanism. So now it's going to use the rotary blade to cut, and I'll zoom in on this for you. I love that rotary blade. The rotary blade is what enables you to cut unbonded fabric. Okay, so now it's prompting me to eject the mat, and those are my marks. And now I'm going to peel off this paper so you can see. Oh my goodness, so beautiful and just perfect for this application. So I'm really looking forward to trying this on a lot of designs, because those registration marks, sometimes they're so hard to make accurately. I hope you enjoyed seeing how the Cricut Maker can cut and mark your fabric.